I've noticed, in my opinion, I feel like you straw man a lot of atheist arguments. And I was wondering, can you give me your actual definition of atheism? Because I saw the conversation you had with Mr. Prager.
Yes.
And could you expand on that a little bit for me?
Sure. I mean, it would be more fun if you'd give me your definition of atheism, and then we could talk about it.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
why don't we start with that?
So I understand the dictionary definition of atheism is just somebody...
There is no God, yeah.
Right. But I think it's a little bit deeper than that. And out of the many atheists that I've talked to, I've never met a single one that says that they have empirical knowledge that God doesn't exist. And I feel like that's the argument that you're making. I could be wrong. I don't mean to misquote.
Well, to me, that was the difference definitionally between agnostics and atheists.
Right.
Right. So if you want to say that, if we want to talk about agnosticism and say maybe God exists, maybe doesn't, but I don't have evidence of it, so I don't believe. That's borderline agnostic atheist. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, to my central argument, whether you're an agnostic or an atheist, the bottom line is that without the belief that there is a purpose to the universe, without a belief that there is a purpose to your life, without a belief that you have the capacity to make individual choices, it's very difficult to build a civilization. By difficult, I mean impossible.
Okay. So on that note of free will, which is what you're talking about, right?
Yes. I think free will, by the way, is the single most important principle undergirding any civilization.
Okay, absolutely. And to be totally honest with you, I'm torn on the subject myself.
Yeah.
And which is why...
But in your own life, you're not, because you chose to come here and you chose to ask me a question, right?
It's complicated.
I would hate to think that the universe randomly imbued you with a set of atoms that showed up here randomly to ask me a question. That would be very disappointing to me.